Hello traders and investors, welcome back to another Finance Magnates video review. Today we're taking a closer look at FP markets, with a particular focus on how this multi-jurisdiction broker positions itself for traders across Asia. FP markets has been operating since 2005, offers access to thousands of instruments across multiple asset classes, and runs its services through a group of regulated entities spanning Australia, Europe, Africa, and offshore jurisdictions. As always, this video is purely informational. It is not a promise of performance, and it is not a personal recommendation. Let's start with the regulatory picture, because for Asia-based traders, this is one of the most important points to understand. FP Markets is authorized by several regulators, including ASIC in Australia, CSIC in Cyprus, the FSCA in South Africa, the FSA in Seychelles, the CMA in Kenya, the FSC in Mauritius, and the SCB in the Bahamas. Many of the Asia-facing country websites, including versions for markets such as the Philippines and Singapore, are operated by First Prudential Markets Limited in Seychelles, which is licensed by the Financial Services Authority under license number SD130. In practical terms, this means that the entity you trade with and the regulatory protections that apply can vary depending on where you live and which side you onboard through. Before funding an account, it's worth checking which FP Markets entity is listed in the footer of your local website and in the legal documents you accept during registration. That choice affects things like leverage limits, available instruments, and how disputes or complaints are handled. From a trading environment perspective, FP Markets places a strong emphasis on cost-effective pricing and a technology-driven setup. The broker highlights segregated client funds, multi-jurisdiction regulation, more than 20 years of operating history, and a focus on low latency execution supported by major data centers such as LD4. None of that guarantees profitability, but it does help set expectations. FP Markets positions itself as a market access provider, where execution speed, pricing structure, and platform choice form a central part of the offering. Platform selection is one of the broker's stronger points. FP Markets supports MetaTrader 4, MetaTrader 5, CTrader, TradingView, WebTrader, and mobile apps for both iOS and Android. Across these platforms, traders have access to advanced charting, multiple order types, technical indicators, and automated trading support, including expert advisors on MT4 and MT5, and algorithmic strategies on CTrader and TradingView. On top of the core platforms, FP Market integrates a range of additional tools. These include VPS hosting, MEM and PEM solutions for money managers, Auto Chartist, and Trading Central. You also have access to TradeMedic, FP Markets Intelligence in collaboration with Equity Research, and an MT4 and MT5 Traders Toolbox. For social or copy trading, they offer their own dedicated service, as well as integrations with MyFXBook and Signal Start. Finally, for traders in Asia who rely heavily on mobile access, the dedicated app mirrors most core functionality, allowing positions to be monitored and managed on the go. In terms of product coverage, FP Markets offers a broad range of instruments. The broker lists over 10,000 tradable products across Forex, share CFDs, indices, commodities, metals, digital currencies, bonds, and ETFs. On the Forex side alone, there are more than 70 currency pairs, including major, minor, and exotic pairs, with advertised spreads starting from 0 pips on certain account types. For Asia-based traders, the key takeaway is flexibility. It's possible to trade regional equity indices alongside global stocks, major FX pairs, commodities like gold and oil, and crypto-denominated CFDs within a single trading environment, subject to local restrictions and the entity you're onboarded with. Most retail traders in Asia will encounter two core account types, standard and raw. Both are available on MetaTrader 4, MetaTrader 5, and CTrader, with the raw account also accessible via TradingView. The standard account uses a spread-only pricing model. The minimum deposit is $100 or equivalent. Advertised spreads start from around 1 pip, and there is no separate commission per lot. Maximum advertised leverage goes up to 1 to 500, depending on regulation. Tradable instruments include Forex, metals, indices, commodities, and digital currencies, with a minimum trade size of 0.01 lot. This account structure tends to appeal to traders who prefer simpler pricing with all costs built into the spread. The raw account is designed around tighter spreads paired with a commission. The minimum deposit is also $100 or equivalent. Spreads are advertised from 0 pips, and the commission is listed at $3 per side per standard lot. Maximum leverage again goes up to 1 to 500, subject to regulatory limits. This account expands instrument access to include stocks and bonds alongside Forex, metals, indices, commodities, and digital currencies, with the same 0.01 lot minimum trade size. In practice, this setup is often used by more active or cost-sensitive traders who are more comfortable with a commission-based pricing model. For traders who follow Islamic finance principles, FP Markets also offers swap-free, Sharia-compliant versions of both standard and raw accounts on MetaTrader 4, MetaTrader 5, and CTrader. These Islamic accounts remove overnight swap or interest charges and instead apply an administration fee on applicable positions. The minimum balance remains $100 with similar spreads and leverage levels up to 1 to 500. The broker notes that eligibility for Islamic accounts is limited to clients of the Muslim faith, and additional documentation may be required. Anyone considering this option should review the list of eligible instruments, any grace periods, and how administration fees are applied over time. When looking at costs and leverage more broadly, there are several variables to keep in mind. Standard and raw accounts differ primarily in how trading costs are structured, while Islamic accounts adjust those costs further by replacing overnight interest with administration fees. Leverage levels can reach up to 1 to 500, but actual limits depend on the entity, the asset class, and regulatory requirements. Major Forex pairs typically carry the highest leverage, while indices, shares, and crypto CFDs often have lower limits. As with any high leverage environment, both profits and losses can escalate quickly, and relatively small market moves can have a significant impact on margin. Funding and withdrawals follow the model you'd expect from a large multi-region CFD broker. FP Markets supports local and international bank transfers, card payments via Visa and MasterCard, e-wallets such as Skrill and Nettler, and cryptocurrency funding, all managed through the client portal. Many deposit methods are processed instantly or within a short time frame, while withdrawals are handled via the original funding method where possible. Funding fees depend on the payment method and the entity involved. While some deposit options are advertised as commission-free from the broker side, banks and payment providers may still apply their own charges or conversion fees. Traders are encouraged to review the funding and withdrawal pages for their specific country site before making a transfer. On the education and tool side, FP Markets offers a fairly extensive content library. This includes trading courses, webinars, platform tutorials, podcasts, blog analysis, an economic calendar, and various calculators accessible through its Academy and Trading Hub. For Asia-based clients, localized versions of the site often provide this material in regional languages, which can be helpful for traders who prefer not to work exclusively in English. Customer support is another area the broker highlights. FP Markets advertises 24/7 multilingual support via live chat, phone, and email, available in over 40 languages, including Cantonese and Indonesian. Regional websites, such as the Philippines site, list the Seychelles office address, the FSA license number SD130, and local contact details. For traders across Asia, this combination of regional-facing websites and centralized support infrastructure is intended to make assistance more accessible during the trading week. So, where does that leave FP markets for traders in Asia? Overall, it presents itself as a long-established, multi-entity broker offering broad market access, multiple professional-grade platforms, and a relatively straightforward account structure built around standard and raw pricing with Islamic options available where required. The actual trading experience will depend heavily on which entity you trade under, the leverage you use, and how effectively you manage risk. To close, it's important to remember that FP Markets focuses on leveraged derivative products such as CFDs and Forex. These instruments carry a high level of risk, are not suitable for everyone, and it is possible to lose all of your invested capital. Before opening an account or placing trades, you should carefully consider your financial situation, experience level, and ability to absorb losses, and review the legal documents and risk disclosures of the specific FP Markets entity you would be trading with. If you found this review helpful, feel free to leave a comment with your thoughts or questions. For more structured broker reviews and industry coverage, subscribe to the Finance Magnates channel. As always, make sure you do your own research and manage your risk carefully. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.